Hey everyone, Roman with Spreading the Love, and in this video I'm going to share with you why I started this YouTube channel, and I'm also going to teach you one of the main things that have helped me in my life the most. So for starters, the reason I started this channel is because I wanted to be able to help people somehow get business started, save some kind of headaches. A lot of times there's people that are willing to share some of how they are able to make their wealth, what is it that made them so successful, and that is something that I wanted to bring to this channel. I wanted to go ahead and bring business owners, people that are great in a business that have been able to expand, and be able to ask them if they can share with them some of the ways that they were able to do it. And then we'll move on to one of the things that I feel like have helped me the most, which is going to be communication skills. Now, for the longest time I have been in sales. So I've sold everything from cars, phones, I sold homes now as well. So the point is that I've always been in sales for the longest time, over 10 years. So now with that, I'll tell you that one of the things that has helped me in my career has been the ability to communicate with people and be able to read people. And what do I mean by read people? Well, oftentimes we give out signals and we show our personality, one, based on how we walk, based on how we talk, how fast we walk. If we walk slow, we walk fast, where our eyes are going to when we get off the car or something. Are we wandering around? Are we direct and going somewhere? So there's different ways that you can analyze people and be able to tell what kind of personality they have so that you can best engage with them. So in this video, I'm going to tell you why you should learn communication skills. For one, it can help you with parenting. And you mean, well, what do you mean? Well, think about it. Communicating. If you can get your child to do something without them complaining so much, and with them seeing the value of them doing what you're asking them to do, your life is going to be much easier. It's going to be much easier to be a parent. It's going to be easier to get them to do things that are good for them, versus oftentimes we tell our kids, hey, go ahead and do this, and we don't really give them a good enough reason why not to do it. And they're like, well, you're not the boss of me, especially if they start developing that rebellious personality. Now, the next one is going to help you in your love life, right? If you have not been able to get a girlfriend or a boyfriend, it's going to be able to communicate better with the other person. So it might help you in your love life. Now, also, the next step is it'll help you in your job, right? If you want to go ahead and get promoted, if you want to be better at your job, and your job involves you speaking with people, then this can definitely help you. Reality is, we all could use better communication skills. Now here is quickly where I can tell you that this was one of the things that helped me the most in communicating. Putting my selfish needs aside and really getting to think about what the customer's needs. So a lot of times we don't really listen to understand, we listen to respond. Meaning salespeople, a lot of them are just waiting for the customer to stop talking, and then we're just going to respond because we already have that in the back of our head. So a lot of times the customer can tell. They can tell that you're not really actively listening and that you're just waiting for them to stop. And that can be a very, very, very bad turn. So what do I mean by actively listening? Well, when you fully stop putting aside what you want to respond and just actually listen to what the customer is trying to tell you, you are actively listening. Now, once you go ahead and listen and you process what they're telling you, it is a good practice to repeat it back to them. So, Mr. Customer, what you're telling me is that if I can help you do this, and that, essentially that is what you're trying to accomplish. Correct? And then go from there. So it is a good practice to repeat it because it makes sure that it shows them that you were listening and that you understand what their needs are. Now, another thing that kept me back was when we had a couple, oftentimes I would go with whoever was giving me easiest conversation, when a lot of times the decision maker was the one that was quiet, or that was the one that was going to ruin the deal, right? Obviously, you didn't want problems in partnerships, so I found a lot that whenever I focused mostly on whoever was easier to communicate, whenever it came down to doing business, I didn't have a deal because both parties were not on the same page. So what I did differently was I started talking a little bit more towards the person that didn't want to talk to me, and I found ways to break them down slowly to where they were talking to me, to where they were feeling comfortable enough sharing to me what some of their needs were and some of their wants were, right? And then once I started listening to them, I started figuring how I can put those people together on the same page. When we did that, we figured how the product that I was trying to sell figured their needs and their wants, and then simply at that point the sale was a lot easier. Now we're gonna move on to another thing that really helped me, was being a better question asker. And I mean, what do you mean a better question asker? Well, yeah, there is levels to questions. There's first level, second level, and third level questions. Now, a first level question could be something very simple as, hey, what's your favorite color? Now the person could say red. A second level question could be, well, what is it about red that you like so much? And then the person could say, well, I like how vibrant it is and how loud it is. Okay, well, what is it about loud and vibrant that you like so much? And then the person can say, I don't know, I never thought about that question, or whatever answer they can give you. But you see how I'm layering the questions and I'm digging more deeper into their answer. And with that, you're gonna get the good stuff, the good answers. Now, whenever it's time to close them, that's where you're going to be able to use those second and third level answers and be able to bring it back to them at closing. Be like, well, hey, remember earlier when you told me that this, and you wanted this? Well, you also told me that this product met all your needs. So can we go ahead and wrap this up? And then see, like, you know what? You're right. Now, you also have a couple different personalities. So some people, you have to push a little bit more than others. You have to hold their hand, and you have to be able to let them know and explain to them everything a little bit more thoroughly, a little bit more slowly, and just be a little bit more patient with them than with others, right? So there's also 4 different personalities. I mean, I'm not giving you everything that I know, but I'm definitely going to share a lot of free content. We have a school of communication skills coming up here with my sales trainer, actually. So it'll be pretty exciting to see how we can help people be able to communicate better. One thing that I'm going to recommend also to anybody in sales is do not lie, because it's going to come back and it's going to bite you in the butt. And here's what I mean by that is anytime you have somebody that is going to ask you a question that you don't know the answer to, just go ahead and let them know honestly, hey, you know what, I am sorry, I don't have the answer to that question, but let me go ahead and write it down, and the moment we have a second, I'm going to go ahead and find out for you. Fair enough? And then move on, right? Go ahead, write it down, and then whenever you do get a chance, go ahead and find out. Well, that is it. It was just a small taste of some of the things that I was blessed enough to learn from my teacher. And as I mentioned before, guys, in the video, me and him are actually going to be putting something together to be able to teach people how to communicate better. And we're going to be teaching them the art behind the magic. So go ahead, and if this video helped you, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed one.